The current world champion Ding Liren has not played a chess game since the last 245 days. And he's playing at the Tata Steel Masters. In the third round today, Ding Liren showed that he has no signs of rest and played a brilliant game against Gukesh, leading to checkmate. So let me show you this beautiful game by Ding Liren. The game started with the Gioco Piano, the Italian, bishop c4 and knight f6, not Gioco Piano. Bishop c5 would be Gioco Piano. And now d3 and we have the Gioco Piano. c3, d6, a4, a5, stopping the march of the a pawn. This is a very tricky territory. It's not very clear to club players what exactly is the correct plan for black. Should we allow bishop g5 or should we play h6 first itself, not allowing bishop g5, or should we play h6 now? These are the questions that usually arise in our mind. Here, Gugesh is allowed to play bishop g5 pin, h6, bishop h4, and now bishop went back to a7, knight a3, and queen e7. So Ding is hinting that he wants to get out of the pin, a castle. Knight b5, bishop comes to b6, queen b3, and now g5. So Gugesh is applying pressure on f7 and the pin is now removed by Ding. Gugesh goes back, Ding plays castles, a very brave choice. He was keeping his options flexible to castle both sides. Even this is possible, but here there is easier chance of getting attacked. Over here, h4 will be met with g4. So the lines won't open up that easily. So he castles short and now castles long by Gugesh, showing that he's ready for the fight. Knight h5, heading to the f4 square. Taking here would be a mistake, but he wants to go to f4. d4, Gugesh strikes at the center, takes, takes, and g4. This is an interesting moment because there is a pawn hanging on e4. Gugesh can take here and after takes back, move the knight to d4 again, which would still be a pawn sacrifice. Gugesh chooses to play knight h4. The position is even actually, as you can see here with the engine. Even though black can take the pawn, after rook e1, the queen will have only one square. And the queen is almost trapped after bishop d3. There is queen g7, but you can imagine problems arising with the queen's freedom in the near future. Ding spends time here and takes on e4. He's a pawn up. Rook e1, and the queen heads to the only square available. And here Gugesh played rook d2, which is apparently a mistake. From here, black takes over. The correct plan would have been bishop d3, which he played one move later. Bishop d3, queen has only one square, and now comes knight g6, attacking the rook. If the rook goes to d8, there is bishop h4, and the rook is almost trapped. And if rook d7, bishop f5, rook gets trapped. So Ding would have had to play knight takes g3 here, allowing knight takes rook, and then king takes and f takes, and then knight takes pawn, and here the queen will go to d5, and then comes queen g5. So black would hold on, but white will have a small advantage here after takes and takes. White is an exchange up, but black has got a nice knight centralized here. So this would be a okay position for both sides. Bishop c4 or bishop b5, and the game goes on. Material count is 2 pawns for the exchange down. So it's equal that way as well. So this was an option for Gugesh, but Gugesh went for rook d2, allowing one crucial tempo, bishop d7, and then he goes for bishop d3. But it's too late because now queen g7 and there is no knight g6. The rook can just go to e8. Earlier, the bishop was blocking the other rook, and that's the main difference. So there was no rook e8. But here, knight g6 wouldn't work. Will just be fine for black. Remember, black is a pawn up. And now bishop f5, takes, and queen goes to g5, pinning the rook. Queen b5, rook comes to e8. The play is easy for black, for Ding Liren here. Taking this pawn is possible, but then the knight will go to b4 and the b file will anyway be open. So rook e3, here Gugesh had to play takes, and knight e3, not allowing the e file to be opened. But after rook e3, now Ding Liren is winning. Knight g7, challenging the active piece in white's position. After takes, d5, then rook takes, pawn takes, and knight goes to b4. All the pieces are in positions where they can control. The rook is yet to come in, but it will come to e8 or b8 if there's a b file open. And the bishop is out of play here on g3. So the king is a bit unsafe, as you can see, but white king is also not safe. And black is up by a pawn. Now material count is restored, but the b file is open and the rook becomes active. e3 pawn is weak. Bishop f4, queen goes to f5. The rook is now stuck here defending the c2 square. Queen b5. Can this pawn be taken? No, rook c8 wins the queen. So queen b5, attacking the rook. Knight a2 check. This is where Ding shows his deadly finishing skills. Can you see how this would end? The king is almost in the middle of nowhere. Now knight check, king has to go to d1, and now queen check, king goes to e2, and here he plays a very nice move. Queen g1, attacking g2. The king has to again move to defend g2, and now comes knight b4 back. A full circle of the knight, and now the king is getting attacked from all sides. From the back by the queen, from the side by the knight, and the rook from the front. King goes to d4. What next? Queen e1 attacking the rook, a tempo. Rook d3, again attacking the rook, a tempo. And now rook c3, and now comes the finish. Queen check, king moves, and rook check. Mate. I mean, it will be mate soon after king b3. It's mate in 7. So king b3, queen d1, rook c2, queen takes rook, and the king will get checkmated in the corner. So here, Gukesh resigned. So Ding shows his vicious attacking skill towards the end of the game, and he shows that he is capable of playing such dynamic, unclear positions and come out on top. And this time he came out on top of Gugesh, and it was Ding's first win after 245 days of not playing chess.